It's a great day to be alive on this Wednesday. Kyle Brust-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. It's a great day to be alive for all of us, and man, I cannot get this U.S. rugby team out of my head.
It ain't a great day to be alive, you Team USA Rugby. Boy, oh boy, we were so high off that. We were 5-0. USA.
We were pumped.
Wait a minute. 33 points?
33
straight?
points. And we don't even know how the points happened.
So embarrassing. So embarrassing. It looked like literally the varsity versus the freshman team out there. It was crazy.
It was.
I had said on Twitter at KBN ESPN, it's like you versus your nieces and nephews, or like playing your kid in basketball one-on-one when they're 7 years old. I love the USA. I love the Olympics. That was tough.
Well, that was embarrassing.
And you can see us watching the USA rugby team on Twitter at KBN ESPN. It is just...
It was humiliating because it was like guys were being stiff-armed and thrown. Like they were thrown like rag dolls.
How
It was embarrassing.
AJ Dillon would be better suited stopping training camp and flying to Paris to go play rugby.
Yeah,
He don't need to know the rules. Just give him the ball and run through people.
Yeah, it's election season. The first presidential candidate tells me that their first order of business is going to be firing everybody on the USA rugby team and recruiting people to be good. So we don't get embarrassed in 2028. I'm voting for you because that was embarrassing.
Our USA rugby coach had a bucket hat on. That is not intimidating.
He looked like a dad.
Dude was biting his nails.
It looked like
he was nervous. He didn't have any answers. I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, in Fiji. Well, I mean,
Fiji was the opponent.
Fiji looked unbelievable, though.
We were like, they got to be number one in the world.
Yeah.
They're only 10.
Yeah.
10.
Be a bloodbath if Wisconsin faces 1 through 9. Bloodbath.
Right now, the Fiji-USA rugby game reminds a lot of people of what is the Green Bay defense against a Jordan Loveless Green Bay Packers because the offense continues to struggle. Matt LaFleur said they had to step it up in their day 3 of training camp. What's wrong, Kyle?
Yeah, you're asking a 7th-round pick, I believe Sean Clifford was, or 6th-round pick, and another guy 6th or 7th-round pick in Mr. Pratt.
Bro, how about a round of applause for that transition from rugby to the Packers?
It was pretty good.
Thank you, Chris. One of my better ones.
Yeah, you took me from a high to a low.
800-990-3776 is the number to get into the ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line. Ben Brust, Packer backer Kyle Wallace, and longtime NFL punter Brad Nortman. Here, Chris Larson running the show. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, and it is day 3 of Holden for Jordan Love. And every day that goes by, I check the pulse of one Kyle Wallace. Kyle, how are you feeling today?
Not good. Not good. The finger pointing is starting in my head. I'm starting to blame people. I'm trying to figure out who I should be blaming. Should it be Goody? Should it be Russ Ball? Should it be the Packers organization? Should it be Jordan Love? Should it be Jordan Love's agent, right? Like right now I'm in that I don't know if the stages of acceptance or grief or whatever, because it ain't grief. It's
denial?
Just denial. Yeah, like I'm in the point of who do I need to blame? Whose fault is it that I have to go look up certain things that happen in training camp, and I can't get excited for what the defense does because Sean Clifford is throwing interceptions, because Michael Pratt is throwing interceptions, because Jacob Eason is throwing interceptions. So I'm right now on the point of whose fault is it?
Well, that's how you know it's progressing poorly, too, because when this first happened and it first came out, okay, Jordan Love calling Goody Saturday night, I'm not practicing till the deal is done. We're like, okay, reasonable, understandable. You're talking about 3 straight days of practice now, and it's still early in the season, of course. The longer this goes on, the more frustrating it is, the more the wound isn't healing. And Kyle Wallace and I, too, am looking for who's to blame here. How is this going to get resolved? Because it's not healing. It doesn't look like it's healing super soon either.
Well, and I can tell each day in the brain of our Packer backer, it is wanting answers, right? It's like, how do we continue to be in the point where the young Packer squad that you had said on Monday when we were at training camp, the thing that you were most excited about was what? After the NFC Championship game, although that sucked, you had optimism. Everything was happy-go-lucky. Everything was trending in the positive direction. And this is a blemish in what was everything going smooth in the offseason as well.
It's a significant blemish, right? This is a big bump in the road because this is the opportunity that the Packers are missing, right? Anytime, any days you're missing without your starting quarterback is valuable time that you could be getting better. The fact that Matt LaFleur said they need to turn it up, Matt LaFleur understands that they can't turn it up.
Well, what's he supposed to say? He's got to work with what he's got.
He's probably very frustrated, too.
He has to be frustrated with the fact that he cannot progress this football team forward. Last year, he had to deal with the unknown in Jordan Love and a whole bunch of young guys on this offense, and now this year he has to deal with more drama. This is not the ideal way that we wanted to start training camp this year. This does not put the Green Bay Packers on a track to the Super Bowl. It puts the Green Bay Packers on a track to believing that their defense is better than what they are and their offense not to make progress because they don't have the guy they need throwing the ball to them.
So there's been a couple of dominoes throughout this whole process. And in a more recent fashion, obviously Jared Goff signing for the Detroit Lions. You have Trevor Lawrence signing for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And a couple other dominoes. It sounds like Dak Prescott of the Cowboys. There may be something, there may be not something, but all accounts, he's performing for the Dallas Cowboys. And then there's your guy Tua Tagovailoa, all the way down in South Beach in Miami. And he doesn't have his extension, but he is out there participating. Does that make you feel a certain way?
Now, when I heard that news, I thought to myself, how the heck does a dude who's actually started for 3 years, who's played on the football field and saw significant time for 4 seasons, who is in the same exact draft class as Jordan Love, drafted before Jordan Love, how is it that he can get on the practice field and put on pads and participate with his team, but our guy that started, I believe, when you add in the playoffs, maybe 18 or 19 or 20 career games is sitting there holding in? How the heck does that add up? Why are we giving Jordan Love a pass on the fact that Tua, you know what he did? He identified that this football team has weapons galore. He identified that they have an opportunity to build on something and get better. He wants to win a playoff game. He wants the Miami Dolphins to go to a Super Bowl, and the only way that team gets better is if he is practicing on the football team, progressing with them. On the other side, I looked at Jordan Love, who, again, does Jordan Love have a higher ceiling than Tua? Yes. But has Jordan Love earned the right to be able to sit out? In my opinion, absolutely not. To see Tua out there with the same thing on the line, right? Tua can drop back and something bad can happen, and he could lose $50-some million, but he's not worried about that. He's worried about the team. Meanwhile, my boy Jordan Love and his agency, which I think they have the same agency, or maybe they're athletes first together, but he's worried about making sure he's getting paid. Jordan Love is not putting the team first. He is putting me first, and that is something that we should take note of.
You know what I think the answer is, Kyle? Why can Tua, who started 54 games, right, for the Miami Dolphins, but Jordan Love's only started 18, how come Tua's out there practicing but not Jordan Love? I think it's all about replaceability. I think Tua knows if he were to sit out Jordan Love style, man, anybody can throw the ball to Tyreek Hill. Anybody can throw the ball to Jalen Waddle. I think the offense
You
would be
have become
humming.
quite the conspiracy theorist.
I am. I think Tua knows, hold on. I can't miss any practice. They might know that I am at a greater level of replaceability than they even think. Now, I think Tua's a good quarterback. They should sign him, and he will be their franchise quarterback. But let's be honest. You take Jordan Love out of the offense.
I was going to say,
look how
Brad,
nasty this offense
I don't
is.
even see.
Nasty.
I don't even
Bad
see,
nasty.
I don't even need to see any of the plays. All I know is I saw a photo from training camp, and it was Jordan Love in street clothes, and it was the 3 other quarterbacks in red: Eason, Clifford, and Pratt. And I'm thinking to myself, ugh. Jordan can come back left-handed and get the job. Like, that's how important he is to the Green Bay Packers.
I really do think that Jordan Love knows that he gains more leverage by withholding his services and letting this just trash offensive circus take place in front of him. But Tua knows
Goody's going to be like, can't watch this anymore.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you more.
Maybe I'll come up more to your number,
Stop
Jordan.
beating around the bush. Let's call it what it is. Jordan Love is being selfish. And it isn't just Jordan Love. It is his agency as well that is making Jordan Love put himself first. The fact that we saw a player in Tua, and again, I repeat, Tua is in the same situation, and he has proven more than Jordan Love has proven in a sense of consistency in the NFL. I repeat, I believe Jordan Love's ceiling is through the atmosphere, through the hemisphere, I believe it is extremely high and it's higher than Tua. But at the end of the day, Tua has something that Jordan Love doesn't, and that's career games, and that is consistency that we have seen on the football field. The fact that Tua is deciding to participate in 7-on-7, participate in drills and not do 11-on-11, that just shows you the mentality. Jordan Love's mentality is worried about getting paid, while Tua is worried about getting paid but also winning a Super Bowl. The Packers cannot win a Super Bowl if Jordan Love is not 100% locked in, and right now this is exactly what we're seeing, and I told y'all, the offense is wasting its time right now whenever Sean Clifford takes a snap.
So you want to know where blame is, and you're saying you're waking up, I want to blame somebody. You call Jordan Love selfish.
This is a selfish act. Him and his agency are selfish. Now, again, I believe his
Is it
agency,
the wrong decision?
Based off the fact that Tua found a way to be out there and pass, and he's doing drills. Matter of fact, we saw Jordan Love doing cone drills last week. Jordan Love can do Indy. If Jordan Love went out there and said, "Listen, I'm going to practice with you guys. I'm gonna throw against air." But when it comes to 11 or anytime I have to deal with pressure where I have to move quickly, maneuver my body, and something can happen, I'm not going to do that. That would be cool.
Statement. He's making a statement.
But Tua, he got exposed by Tua because Tua could have did the same exact thing, but Tua actually showed us a quarterback can not hold in, a quarterback can participate but be a limited participant in practice. Jordan Love took a different route, but he's winning this perception because of the fact that he's there, he's present, he's not in California. You know where Tua is? He's there, he's present, he's taking snaps.
800-990-3776. Jim in Madison chimes in. If Goody would have drafted or signed a real backup instead of Clifford the Big Red Dog, or Dud, I like that he used, the Packers would have some leverage over Love's camp. Now, that got me thinking a little bit, right? Like, what if it was a Matt Ryan? But, like, at the end of the day, who's a real backup that you would actually be able to threaten Jordan Love with? There is nobody. He is the franchise. He's the franchise quarterback. Like, there's nobody I could think of all the quarterbacks we saw in the NFL last year. Who could they have signed or drafted? And it would have been a waste of a draft pick at this point. That could have came in and been like, all right, you better play, otherwise we got this guy.
Okay, well, I'm going to change my Hear Brad out. My Hear Brad out was
wow.
The Packers should sign Ryan Tannehill. That was my Hear Brad out. I'm going to make the argument right now.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to change
Audible.
it for later because we have stumbled into this conversation organically.
Time out. So what you're trying to tell me is you're trying to apply pressure to Jordan Love by signing an NFL veteran who's trash.
Listen to how many problems this solves, okay? You sign Ryan Tannehill. He's a free agent. He's cheap. He has experience, right?
Hang on, time out. I need a timeout right now. You're throwing this at me.
Okay, let's on the other side of the
yeah, we're going to hit a reset here because I'm intrigued. Brad is throwing solutions out here.
Hear Brad out.
800-990-3776 if you want to get in the show.
Couldn't wait to Christmas. Brad said,
oh my gosh.
that.
I'm proud of Brad because when I used to sit not in this lead host chair and I was sitting in like the give takes all the time chair, if I had something, I couldn't wait till 3:15 for Hear Brad out. Right off the rip. Even if we planned for an hour later, I had to get it off my chest. So I appreciate Brad doing that, and I'm going to have you talk about Carbless while we let it marinate what you're going to tell us about Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, that's right. This take, it's going to be delicious. It's going to be oh so sweet. Just like Carbless. Carbless, man, the flavor. I mean, there's a reason why I see like pop-up taste testing of Carbless everywhere because Carbless knows, just like I know, once you get the taste, all you have to do is taste it once and you say, I get it. This is what Brad has been talking about when it comes to a ready-to-drink cocktail that is so delicious. There's a flavor for everybody. When it comes to fruit flavors right now in the summertime, it just hits different. Lemon lime, pineapple, cranberry. I love me some cranberry. There's so many of them. I mean, the 4-pack of margarita right now, the raspberry margarita. Try that and tell me that you didn't have the same experience like I did, where it's like I didn't even know I needed a raspberry margarita until I tried it. And of course, the classic cocktails like Paloma and Moscow Mule. So it's a flavor for everyone. We know it's refreshing. We know it's absolutely delicious, but it's the guilt-free nature of the experience that makes it completely different than anything else. No carbs, no sugars, gluten-free, 100 calories per can, less carbonation. They perfectly thread that needle of carbonation, just enough for refreshing, not so much to give me that bloat that so many other drinks do, and it's made right here in the state of Wisconsin. So if you have not discovered why less is more, and you haven't tried the delicious, the premium cocktail that is Carbless, what are you waiting for? Summer's the perfect time to do it. Discover why less is more and find them online and at retailers near you.
All righty, here we go. Hear Brad out. Couldn't wait till 3:15. It's 2:15 next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Is one of the things that your girlfriend gets upset with is you interrupting her like this?
Probably. I just complimented you. What the hell? Stroh feeds you something in your ear and you Ron Burgundy verbatim what he says? I set you up for something, you jerk.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Neutral. Vodka, seltzer, real juice. If you're wondering what makes Neutral so tasty, it's pretty simple. Using real vodka with real juice, because when good ingredients go in, great taste comes out. So cheers to that. Neutral, keep it tasty and enjoy the best time of the year. Through the summer, Neutral will be there for you. With a variety of different flavors, there's something for everyone. Neutral, vodka, seltzer, real juice.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview of the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Hi everyone, Molly Brown from ESPN Madison here. As the weather warms up, nothing sounds better than enjoying my favorite Southwestern food on the patio at Pasquale's Cantina. Enjoy great food like their burrito bowl, enchiladas, or blue corn tacos with one of their signature margaritas at either of their locations in Verona or Middleton today. Want to enjoy Pasquale's with your family on your own patio? Check out their menu and order their take-home meal kits for 4 online at PasqualesCantina.com.
Bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pasquale's Cantina.
Rick was at risk for a stroke, but now he's taking steps to reduce that risk. He checks his high blood pressure routinely to keep it under control. He exercises 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week to get his heart pumping. He also calls the Wisconsin Tobacco Quit line to help him manage his nicotine cravings. Did you know 80% of all strokes are preventable? Be like Rick and reduce your risk of stroke. Good job, Rick. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services Coverdale Stroke Program.
Hey Wisconsin, it's construction season and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Since 1961, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business with 3 generations calling Stoughton home for over 60 years. To continue their growth and support for their local community, Stoughton Trailers is building a new corporate headquarters right here in Stoughton. This new HQ is designed to promote the physical, mental, and business health of Stoughton Trailers and its employees. Stoughton Trailers, looking forward to the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. Stoughton Trailers, the best is yet to come.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Kyle Walls thinks it's a selfish act to sit out of training camp while he looks at other quarterbacks show up for their teams, but not Jordan Love for the Green Bay Packers. He's in another nice issued gear outfit that we see Brad Nortman, our other co-host here, Kyle Brust Nortman, wearing every single day. I tell you what, you really put to use all that Nike money you got every year. Did you get those shoes from the Nike store when you had that Nike cash?
I have a bunch of Nike shoes. The ones I'm currently wearing today, I bought with my own cold, hard cash. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Hit the sounder.
Yeah.
Sound the alarm, actually.
That's breaking news.
Instead of buying sunflower seeds, you bought shoes. Cool.
Yeah, that's right.
For those who missed it, we learned that specialists literally just tried every type of sunflower seed and punted every other day, which was news to me.
Spent more time eating sunflower seeds than punting.
You know, I wonder how many other people, though, like Kyle, think it's a selfish act of Jordan Love to sit out.
It is. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, don't you all agree that this is a selfish act that he is doing, right? It doesn't mean he's a bad person. It means in this decision that he made to sit out of practice, and obviously we saw there's other ways to go about it that would make him less selfish, right, and make him more selfless. He went the full selfish route.
But teams operate selfishly. I mean, teams will cut you no problem with any lack of production below what your contract states.
That's business.
And this isn't business?
That's business for Jordan Love then.
He's under contract. And again, for me, it got heightened towards Jordan Love after finding out that Tua practiced, right? Because there is other alternatives and routes that he could have taken.
Even though Tua is set to make more money?
If Tua is set to make more money, Tua has more at risk then. To lose. This isn't about what making money. It's about what you could lose by practicing.
I'm saying $23 million versus $13. Tua knows that he gets that this year.
Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the fact that Tua actually is just more in this moment. He's showing more commitment to his football team. And again, it's no knock on the personality of Jordan Love. This is 100% based on knock. No,
can something be a selfish act but not be a knock on your personality?
You're saying Tua is more committed to the Dolphins than Love is to the Packers.
In this moment, yes, he has shown his level of being committed to the Dolphins. Anybody that's willing to go out there and risk something because they want to be with their team shows you the level of commitment.
Do you regret wearing your Jordan Love jersey to camp on Monday?
I still love Jordan Love. I'm just saying, listen, in life, what the heck is so funny?
He's so selfish, but I love him.
No, I do love him because I believe what he can be. Everybody makes poor decisions. And for me, Jordan Love, in this instance, has made a poor decision without evaluating all the courses that he could have taken. I'm telling you, the fact that he could have went out there in pads and just been limited in practice. And players, and Brad, you understand this, and Ben as well, players practice while limited, right? When they're injured or they're hurt or they're hampered,
they shoot on the side of the hoop or, you know.
They'll do basic drills.
Matter of fact, today, not Zach Tom, Elton Jenkins took a veteran rest day, right? And so there are things out there where Jordan Love can take it extremely easy, but actually touch the ball and throw the ball and be able to create some type of chemistry and timing with his wide receivers. This is missed time, and this falls on Jordan Love. The Packers, I understand, they're part of this, but Jordan Love made a choice.
But this is less about Jordan Love's commitment to the Packers. It's more about Tua and Jordan Love individually saying, what's the most likely route that I can take where I get paid what I think I'm worth? And Jordan Love is saying, if I withhold my services, the Packers are going to see how desperate they are without me. It's going to quicken the pace by which the Packers get to my number. Tua, on the other hand, I'm telling you, you throw another quarterback in there that's solid, throwing the ball to Waddle and Hill and a high-octane offense.
I disagree.
They might go the other way and be like, wait a minute, we don't need Tua to
They've
operate this offense.
They've tried it before. 2 years ago, I believe, in the playoffs, Tua missed and he wasn't in that game. And last year, they played in negative 15, 40-degree weather.
When did you become a Dolphins apologist?
I'm not a Dolphins apologist. What I'm saying is they understand that Tua is the answer for them. Could they find a better quarterback? If they could, they would have. Tua is a top 12 NFL quarterback, top 10. Matter of the kid led
top 10.
He led the league in the passing yards, and he puts up good numbers. So he is considered not the top tier, but he's a better half quarterback in the NFL. Just like teams would love to have Jordan Love.
Half.
And so it's just not that easy to replace him because if Skylar Thompson and the backups were better than Tua, he would be there. Just like for Jordan Love, if Sean Clifford were better than him, if it was a competition, maybe Jordan Love would have shown up, but Jordan Love showed how good he is. But Jordan Love made a decision not to be here.
All right, he mentioned the backup scenario. Brad, you had your idea. We usually wait till 3:15. Even though it's 2:15, it's time to hear Brad out.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
All right, guys. Special edition, early version of Hear Brad Out, version 1. I'll do another version at 3:15 like usual for those who tune in for that. So what the Packers need to do, they need to sign Ryan Tannehill. Now, before you guys have your heart skip a beat, Kyle Wallace, I'm looking at you. I'm not saying you're replacing Jordan Love with Ryan Tannehill to be your franchise quarterback. But here's why the Packers need to sign Ryan Tannehill today.
He did throw for over 300 yards on Thursday Night Football against the Packers and Joe Barry's defense.
Yeah, let's not forget, he tore them up.
Joe Barry's defense. I rest my case.
He's a free agent. He will be cheap. So when it comes to the cap, non-issue at all. Look, the offense, they need a capable thrower of the football when it comes to actually getting work in. All the reports from all the beat writers and reporters out of Green Bay is that it's just been ugly, trash offensive football. Just today, 5 interceptions, and the quarterbacks are utterly struggling. So the offense needs somebody in there, even if not Jordan Love, to actually deliver the ball and run the offense. Let's talk about the other side of the ball, though. You have a brand new defense that you're trying to implement. All the reports are our defense is flying around, looking great. That's great. But guys, they're not being challenged. They are not even being challenged. So the defense can't even grow while the offense stinks at every single level. So the defense is also being held back as well. And let's be honest, a little bit of leverage. A little bit of leverage for the Green Bay Packers. It's a different message signing Ryan Tannehill than Jacob Eason. Come on now. Ryan Tannehill played a little bit of football. And last but not least, the best years of Ryan Tannehill's career were his first 2 years with Tennessee. Okay, 2019 and 2020. But good numbers those years. Playoff teams, they went to the AFC Championship game. His offensive coordinator was Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith was a high-ranking assistant under who else but Matt LaFleur in 2018. So Ryan Tannehill could know the offense. I think he'd actually do pretty darn good in this offense. So not to say that you need to replace Jordan Love, but if Jordan Love gets hurt and if he doesn't practice for another couple of weeks, at least you got a dude in there that plays NFL football. Packers sign Ryan Tannehill. Let's do it.
I'm sure glad that you and your wonderful wife, Lexi, never had any ups and downs because, boy, oh boy, trying to bring somebody else in to make the other person jealous is not the way to go. This right here, it may sound good, but this is catastrophic. If they bring in Ryan Tannehill, that will perk up the ears of Jordan Love. Like, whoa, what the heck is going on here? Like, wait a minute, I thought we were just trying to get this figured out. You done brought him in, even though he understands that he can't really challenge him. At the end of the day, it still makes him feel uncomfortable.
You seem like you're experienced with this method.
That felt very authentic.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't recall.
Okay, maybe.
So you're not down for Ryan Tannehill?
No,
as a Green Bay Packer?
I think it's a great thought, but it's not the route. If we end up going this route, well, we start looking for real replacements, right? Real guys to fill in. Because Jacob Eason is just an arm. He's an extra guy,
He's a
right?
guy.
If you start looking for
I'm
Ryan Tannehill.
so glad you said that, Kyle, because I need this. I need this from Phil in Cedarburg.
Go ahead.
800-990-3776. Phil, do you agree with Kyle? It's a selfish act to be sitting out?
Yeah, of course it is. He's under contract. He's technically under contract for 3 years, gentlemen, not 1 year. The Packers have him locked up for 3 years. So, we don't have to do anything for this guy for 3 years. So if he wants to sit out, I'm really curious as how these other guys perform because I haven't seen anybody perform badly in this offense in the entire NFL. You guys? I mean, this is a great...
You believe in Sean Clifford and Jacob Eason?
Wait, what happened to the other guy?
Michael Pratt?
Yeah, I believe in him. I believe in that guy.
All right, cool.
And I believe
7th-round rookie.
Yeah. Put him in there.
Is he the next? Are you saying?
Why not?
I guess.
So
Brock
you're
Purdy was 7th
are you
round.
trying to say that the LaFleur, Shanahan, McVay, McDaniel system is so good that you can stick just about anybody in there, and it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, just make Jordan Love play on his lowly contract?
I think San Francisco has proven that. I think to a certain degree, the Dolphins have proven that. I think Houston has proven that with a rookie quarterback last year. I think this offense is so friendly, and we have such a good wide receiver class, and it's so built for quarterback success that I think Jordan Love, while I like him and I think he's good, I think he is replaceable.
See, this is where I shout out to Phil. I like your mindset, Phil, but
you stretched a little too far.
I saw Jordan Love when he was playing against the Kansas City Chiefs when Aaron Rodgers got hurt in this offense. And Jordan Love probably looked like Sean Clifford, what he looks like in practice right now. He didn't look very good against Kansas City. So I don't think you just plug and play. But wouldn't it be quite the story if Michael Pratt emerged, right? If we end up
we would already be hearing that he looks good. They're all
it's 3 days.
We're talking about
Michael Pratt.
Well, we were talking. They said the same thing about Brock Purdy. That would be quite the storyline. Michael Pratt's a winner. He took Tulane to a big time bowl game, and so if that were the storyline, because
college success
what I'm
does
saying
not.
is this: listen, I'm all for Jordan Love, but wouldn't it be interesting if August came, mid-August, that Tausch was talking about? Oh yeah, mid-August, and
It's Michael Pratt's team,
and all of a sudden, Michael, we're talking about this Pratt guy.
Man, you are losing your damn mind.
Could you imagine?
Phil has made you lose your damn mind.
Well, I don't believe it to be, but I'm just saying it'll be interesting.
If we're talking,
I'm not
hypotheticals,
saying. I'm just saying.
Could you imagine this Green Bay Packer team with a rookie quarterback contract for 4 years, and you would trade Jordan Love for a haul? They'd win the Super Bowl.
I would be heartbroken. I would be so confused about what happened in my life if Jordan Love is not
Ricardo, you know I love you. I don't wish you well in the Olympics because I want all the golds in the U.S. But Ricardo in Canada, welcome into Kyle Brust and Ortman. What's up?
What's up, boys? I was just listening. I wasn't even going to call, but the guy before me just pissed me off so much. There's no way Jordan Love is replaceable in this offense. The man took a team full of first and second year players, and he took them to depths that was not even imaginable. There's 3 things you don't cheap out on: food, vacation, and a quarterback. Pay the man. It's the market value. You can't win without the quarterback. Just pay the man. He sat down for 3 years, never made a fuss, ideal person. He's the guy you want leading the charge. It doesn't matter. Sign the T's, dot your I's. Let's go and win a Super Bowl. What are we talking about? Pay the quarterback. We're not talking about a guard. Like, what are we talking about?
Ricardo, I think there's a big portion there that you hit on, right? Like, I know Phil in Cedarburg was talking about, the Dolphins, the Niners, they have certified studs on their team. Jordan Love, as he said, Ricardo said, took first and second year wide receivers and took them to the playoffs, the youngest team in the NFL to go to the playoffs. He didn't have Brandon Ayuk. He didn't have Deebo Samuel. He didn't have Christian McCaffrey. He didn't have George Kittle. He didn't have Trent Williams in the offensive line. And then you want to look at the Dolphins with all this Tua conversation. I don't see no Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle or Raheem Mostert or Ashane in the run game with Mike McDaniel. This was a 2-5 team that Jordan Love single-handedly turned around. I just think that's worth noting. After Phil and Cedarburg tried to take Kyle to a place where Michael Pratt could be the quarterback.
And we've seen what this offense looks like when you're trying to distill it down to like a baby level to try to give a quarterback success. That's what Matt LaFleur was doing the first 7 weeks. But then it took a shift in gears to say, you know what? We're going to open it up. We're going to let it rip. We're going to let Jordan Love's arm talent and decision-making be on display. And that's when it took off. When you're able to open up the playbook and make things more complicated, more challenging, that's when he did well, not when it was distilled down.
800-990-3776. I see Phil has triggered so many people after saying he's replaceable.
Oh, so whoa.
Phil has said he is replaceable. Kyle has called him selfish. Okay. You
did call him selfish.
No, I thought you were going to say I should replace him. I was like,
all I've heard about Jordan Love today is replaceable and selfish. 800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. We get to KBN Nation on the other side.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
I'm sorry that I don't want to touch Ben's Peter.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. It's been over 4.5 years I've worked with Zimbrick European. It's time for you to stop on by and check out all the inventory they have to offer. You can also go to ZimbrickEuropean.com for certified pre-owns, Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, electric vehicles. They literally have it all for you. It's your one-stop shop. Don't forget about Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans as well. Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Check it out. You will enjoy it. Busch Light is not only as cold and smooth as the mountain stream, it's also brewed for the farmers and ranchers. Ben Brust here. Join me in saying cheers to those who work in the backbone in the state of Wisconsin. Pick up your limited edition Busch Light corn cans today. For every case of these limited edition cans, Busch Light is donating to Farm Rescue. Pick up Busch Light corn cans today, wherever you get your delicious beer. Offer good through July 31st, 2024, up to $200,000. Eligible package sizes 15 packs, 18 packs, 24 packs, and 30 packs. Case equal 24-pack case equivalent. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light beer, St. Louis, Missouri. sponsoring. It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America. The best place in Elkhart Lake is America's National Park of Speed. Make the most out of your summer at Road America. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Up next is the IMSA Sports Car Weekend August 1st through the 4th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com.
Wow, Wayne, that is a beautiful window.
It sure is, Jeff. It really tackles energy efficiency.
Sure has a nice slide.
It's one of the best screenplays I've ever seen.
They're so easy to close. I'd say it's a grand slam.
If you guys keep making those dad jokes, you're going to be a real pain in my neck.
Oh, that's a good one. Did you hear about this one?
Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply on 7/31/2024.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in, it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Talking with you, KBN Nation, about Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, 800-990-3776. I've heard Kyle call the act selfish. I've heard Phil and Cedarburg say that Jordan Love is replaceable. Let's go back to the phone lines, 800-990-3776. Brian and Waukesha, welcome into Kyle Brust and Nortman. What do you got?
Hey, guys. Hey, whether we like it or not, every employee is replaceable. And there might be a drop-off in production with the next man up. But here's the reality. The Green Bay Packers have been around since 1921, and Jordan Love has been around for since, 2020. The Packers were there before Jordan Love. The Packers will be there after Jordan Love. And if you want to sit out this year, sit out the next 3 years, and throw away your career, I mean, that's totally on you. They're offering you an insane amount of money to play quarterback, upwards of $55 million a year, maybe $60 million a year, whatever that number is. And you're going to throw it away for $1 or $2 million on the front end per year, or maybe $10 million on a guarantee. I do agree with Kyle. That is selfish, and I would further state that's probably really stupid, because if the Packers want to play hardball and show him that he is replaceable, he might be going the way of Colin Kaepernick and not get that next shot and that next big contract. So be careful what path you take, because it could end up biting you in the butt, because the Packers will be here long after Jordan Love.
Thank you for the call, Brian. I appreciate the perspective, but to act as if, the Packers, yes, have existed for a very long time, but there was a very long time when the Packers sucked. And let's not forget, Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers have been here for 30-plus years, and without the next one, you enter the possibility of sucking. That is just the truth. There is no guarantee, just because there was Favre and Rodgers, that you're going to get another one. I know you landed Love for 8 games, but that is a slippery slope to say that he may never get another chance at a look at playing quarterback when he's one of the most sought-after young quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, Kaepernick was no quarterback that Love was, and he was controversial. And Jordan Love is neither of those things. He's handled himself incredibly professionally. And I think it's easy to forget. I'm only 34 years old, so I don't even know the Green Bay Packers that aren't relevant having an elite quarterback. But there were some decades there where the Green Bay Packers did not have a quarterback, and they were not very good. The only time they were good was when they had Bart Starr, Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers.
And Magic Man had a good year.
And Magic Man had one
Second
year.
Michael
MVP.
Pratt, according to Phil and Cedarburg.
Let's get to Marquez in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776. Kyle Brust and Nortman, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Chris Art in the show. Welcome in to KBN.
Hey, how's it going, man? It's actually Marquise, but Ben, it's all good. I remember you used to get the wet willies from your dad back in the day, so it's all good, man.
Marquise, I'm just reading how they write it. If I knew it was you, I would have got it right.
It's all good, baby. My first thing is my beef is with Kyle. You know, you're saying he's selfish, but you're saying he's selfish, and I'm just trying to understand why. When if you go back and look at things, the Packers were very selfish. For one, they declined his 5th-year option on his contract. So then when May came around, they didn't want to offer him a deal. So now we get to training camp and we're getting ready to start this stuff right now, and then they're still coming with low ball numbers, but Jordan Love is selfish. I just don't, I just can't ride with you, with that on Kyle, because I believe that, if you're in a situation where you have a contract coming up and you know the work, what you are by the work that you put in, and then they give you a low ball number and you say, you know what, I'm going to come into KBM, but I'm not going to talk. I'm going to hold in. I'm just going to stay right here. Would you want them to call you selfish? Would you want them to call you selfish?
I mean, the theatrics.
Come on, man. The Packers just need to pay that man.
That's real, Marquise.
That is so good.
I mean, again, but we don't know what the low ball offer is.
I'd love for him to hold in.
And I truly
shut up sometimes.
I truly believe it's a selfish act, and not because of the fact that he, what the offer is. It's because of the fact that I've seen what other people have done. Tua Tagovailoa is actually playing.
800-990-3776. What I liked from Marquise there was I do want to hit further at some point about this 5th-year option, because I know that there was not a lot out there on Jordan Love, but a lot of this could have been avoided if there was a 5th-year option that was picked up. And the job of the GM is to evaluate the talent, even if there are not as much games played for him to do so. You gave him a contract that was a chance for him to prove it. He proved it, and because he proved it, you had to wait till May 3rd. You pick up that 5th-year option, middle of the season, you could have went to him with a much lower number than we're talking right now, and it would have been bigger than he would have ever imagined. But now, since you had to wait till May, then the agents get in here. You got Jared Goff, 52. You got Lawrence, 55, and the leverage shifts. Let's go to who's been holding. We got Curtis in Madison, 800-990-3776. You're up, Curtis.
How you doing, guys? Thanks for taking my call.
What up, Curtis?
Mostly, again, what's up? Responding to, the thinking that he's being selfish. This is business. Like, you guys all know this, and this is from a Lions fan perspective. I don't want them to sign Jordan Love because the last time we played him, he lit us up. I just don't understand how people are saying that this guy is either being selfish or
so you're saying
you're not scared around longer than Jordan Love.
You're not scared of Michael Pratt?
Yeah. Exactly. You just made my answer for me. Like the blasphemy that's going on Love from a Lions fan, I would be irate as a fan if they didn't sign Jared Goff yet to his contract. I can't believe people are questioning they shouldn't pay this guy after his last 8 games. It makes no sense. But that's just the Packers and their lawfulness and thinking that they can just do anything. When you've only had 2 Super Bowls in the past 30 years. Not saying the Lions are better.
Let's stick to Love. Now you trying to take shots from our organization. You ain't going to kick us while we down here, man.
Down? I mean, okay. Love and Football chimes in because he wants perspective and reason. And so that means he wants me to speak. No, he wants Brad to speak. Brad, what do you make of Mr. Kyle, who has called Jordan Love selfish, Phil and Cedarburg, who says throw Michael Pratt in there? I think Marquise has brought the heat in terms of coming at Kyle. Give us the whole thing right now.
Give us the whole.
Give us the Brad Nortman take.
I think Jordan Love has done everything right. I wouldn't change anything if I was Jordan Love doing the way that he's doing it, as far as being there, not being in California, but being there, being engaged. But what do you expect him to do? I mean, there's risk of injury. And if I was Tua's agents, I would be upset with the fact that Tua's actually out there playing, which leads me only to believe that he knows he's got to be out there playing because he's more replaceable. But if I'm Jordan Love, I legitimately have this one moment for leverage. This is going to be a 5+ year extension. You're determining the next 5 years of your compensation right now in this moment. So you have to use every bit of leverage that you can.
I bet he hates it too. I bet he doesn't enjoy this.
I'm sure he does hate it. And I'm sure he is stepping into his leadership role in every other possible way. And the players are responding to it. Everyone seems like there is no concern that he's going to sign. Christian Watson says yesterday that we love 100%. We're all in. So that might change if this offense keeps on performing so badly. But for right now, Jordan Love's doing everything right. I got no issue with what he's doing.
Derek in Waterford, 800-990-3776. Let's see what knowledge you bring.
Yeah, hey, thanks for taking my call. I guess the one point I haven't really heard be talked about is not only was it only, 7-8 games that Love was playing at an elite level of, deserving of, $60 million or whatever they're talking about. The only concern I have is if you noticed when Aaron Jones came back from injury and was playing that full strength, I don't know how much he played a part of it, but I think he played a little more than people think, instead of just giving Jordan Love most of the talk of the success.
I actually think that's a valid point to bring up, but I think two can be true. I think before Aaron Jones was back, Jordan Love was still playing well. And then Aaron Jones is a part of the Packers, and Matt LaFleur added him back in, and he had 3 straight games of 125 plus, I believe, at least 103 straight games.
Yeah, he was cooking.
And that helps Jordan Love. But guess what they did? They went and got Josh Jacobs, and that's only going to help Jordan Love likely even more because you get a guy younger, and you get a guy that can be a bell cow, which he has been in the past.
Boy, it would be really
nice. 1,000 yards 2 years ago on first down. Could you imagine Jordan with that production on the ground?
I was hoping to actually see it in practice and, in motion.
800-990-3776. If you're on the line, stay there. If you want to have your voice heard, we will get to you. Jordan Love, hold in. Kyle Wallace, hold in. We'll continue that next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
What's going on? Big, come on.
It's getting tough. It's getting slow.
Ben, don't be pathetic. Your father's with your baby. They're listening. You got to be better.
But I'm giving it my all.
I don't know what you're at either.
Stop humping the ground.
Yeah.
Get up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts.
With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. The competition will be fierce for this Big Ten football season with new teams entering the conference. Badger safety Hunter Wohler caught up with ESPN Madison at Big Ten Media Days in Indianapolis and said he's looking forward to the challenge.
Being able to play teams like that have been historically that good and typically at the top every single year, you always look forward to that. That's what playing college football is all about. You love the competition and you want to play against the best, and it's a great chance to prove yourself and for the team to prove themselves on a big stage.
Order today from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and pay as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com.
We all love Saturdays, but are they really all that rewarding? I mean, do you really feel rewarded after mowing the lawn or doing all your I gotta do this because today's the weekend whatevers? Well, Potawatomi wants your Saturdays to be the most rewarding ever with a share of $400,000 in cash and prizes. Just play this July for prize drawing entries. Win on Saturdays. Plus, each Potawatomi rewards level gets their own drawing. Rewarding Saturdays at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. For more details, visit paysbig.com/rewarding. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
I was rolling my rig on a Crescent City run with my hands on the wheel looking into the sun. With a flash, I became temporarily blind by a plate glass truck I was tailing behind. Next thing I know, I'm in the side of a ditch with a bent rear wheel and a broken off hitch. But I was hauling again in just a short while, 'cause Truck Star Collision is on my speed dial. Do you operate a fleet, whether it's heavy-duty 18-wheelers or medium-duty delivery vans? And does vehicle downtime make you cringe? Time is money, and a fleet vehicle on the sideline hurts, because you need your fleet to be up and running 100% of the time. If one of your heavy or medium-duty fleet vehicles is out of commission, Truck Star Collision Center in Deerfield will get it back on the road quickly. Since Truck Star is a full-service facility, the complete repair is done in-house, saving you time and money. And remember, they're able to repair both heavy and medium-duty vehicles. Truck Star Collision Center, minutes off I-94 in Deerfield. Call 888-400-1002 or log on to truckstarcollision.com.
Madison area residents, due to recent high winds and hail in your area, Ridgetop Exteriors is offering free 101-point inspections for roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com. That's ridgetopexteriors.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey Madison, this is Kayla Conklin. I'm the president of the Urban League of Greater Madison Young Professionals, and we are an auxiliary organization off of the Urban League of Greater Madison for ages 21 to 40. If you are a young professional in the city and you're looking for a space to do community service, volunteerism, civic engagement, and network and grow as a young professional, we would love to have you. Please visit our website, www.ulgmyp.org, to register and learn more.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
You must not know about me. You must not know about me.
800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN. That's how you can have your voice heard. The ESPN Wisconsin Talking Text line. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Ben Brust next to a Packer backer who's calling Jordan Love selfish. Next to a Super Bowl 50 runner-up, Brad Nortman, and Chris Larson run the show. Let's go to Little Fonzie. Little Fonzie in Sheboygan.
Hey, guys.
What's going on?
Well, bear with me. A little nervous. Love your guys' show. Been listening for a long time. Well, since you started.
Love it,
man. And I can't
Thank
help
you.
but think. Absolutely. But one thing I wanted to bring up is I don't think he's selfish for the simple fact of Brad Nortman's stories. Brad Nortman had two different stories of which he talked about the politics of punting. First, when he was a rookie, in which his fellow punter told him, kick like your life depended on it, never kick short, never kick strategically, because they're going to hold it against you.
Punt
Later
selfish.
on, probably like a couple months, punt selfish. Then a couple of months later, he told another story about, I think it was the Carolina Panthers. Correct me if I'm wrong,
the
Brad. My
Jaguars
apologies.
later told him to
Yep.
place it.
Yep, and then he did, and then they used it against him because it's a business. And so I don't hold Jordan Love. I don't think he's selfish in the least. It's a business. Both sides are a business, and he's just doing what's best for him, and I wish him the best of luck. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks for taking my call.
Little Fonzie in Sheboygan, we love you too.
Clip
And,
that. We need a little Fonzie in our life.
What a call. What
also,
a
great
memory.
energy, great pullback from Brad's Carolina Panthers. I didn't even remember the punt selfishly line.
Yeah, I mean, that's very... I think I told that story once over the course of 1 or 2 minutes. That's how we know that's a faithful, smart, intelligent listener being able to pull that back. But he's exactly right. Real quick, there's a reason why vets become salty. There's a reason why they distrust management, distrust the Shield, because they just get treated like this, and they are whenever the leverage is against them, they feel the punishment of it. I felt it twice, and I was told twice. Jordan Love is the rare opportunity to inflict some leverage, and he should do it.
Let's see if Joey Hot Takes loves us as much as little Fonzie. Joey Hot Takes in Waukesha, 800-990-3776. You're up with Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Boys, long time no talk since the last playoff push. How are you?
Good, how are you? You sound a little down.
I'm not, honestly. You know, I'm very optimistic, and I actually fully support Jay Love, his decision on, not practicing right now, because I talked with the guy behind the mic earlier before I got on the line, and if we look at it, right, everyone's down on his 8 games last year. 8 games, blah, blah, blah. That's not the case. He started week 1 hot. Right after that, most people would say coming into the season last year, Aaron Jones and David Bakhtiari might have been the 2 best offensive players on that roster. Right after that, he loses them. That's when we went on a 4-game streaky schedule where some guys were saying Jordan Love's not it. Jordan Love's not it. Minnesota, Denver, Vegas, Detroit. Besides that, that's maybe, 12, 13 games that he played unreal football, top 10 in every category in the league last year, and people want to have the conversation that C.J. Stroud's better. It's not even a conversation. Pay the man, let him have what he wants, and he's going to be the future for the next 12 to 15 years and win us 2 Super Bowls. That's my take, boys.
Thank you very much, Joey, for joining the show. I mean, look, as much as we're fired up, because this does feel as if every day that goes by that he holds in, the anxiousness of Packer fans goes up, right? I mean, for everything that Kyle's talked about wanting to see the offense develop off of the year that they had, not letting this defense get false hope that they're as good as they think they are because Sean Clifford and Michael Pratt are throwing them pizzas down the middle for them to catch. It's just like this is the nature of it. As soon as the leverage passes, right? As soon as he holds on to his leverage and gets his contract, you're not going to think about any of this, Kyle.
I'm not going to think about this, but if it goes on too long, if we're talking about August, again, mid-August, which I think is obviously Brian Bulaga thought August would be okay. Mark Tauscher thought August would be okay. Those guys played in the NFL, so they know something I do not know. But what I do know is if it goes into August and the Green Bay Packers struggle, we will all recall the fact that missing time, him not playing in preseason game 1, we're going to have those type of conversations because when the Green Bay Packers got smoked a couple years ago, week 1 against, was it the Saints, I think it was? And it was, or something. They got
was the Saints.
And Aaron Rodgers didn't play during the preseason. Everybody panicked. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, they didn't play. So I'm just letting y'all know this now. It might be sweet now, but if the Packers run into issues during the season, we're going to go back to the fact that they missed great time that they could have been working together. Meanwhile, while he was holding out, and that's Jordan Love holding in. I'm sorry, he's holding in because he's there.
Quickly to Kyle's number 1 fan, Diana McGuanago. Hey! Diana, do you agree that Love is being selfish, as Kyle proclaims?
No, not at all. I agree with 100% of what Brad said. 100%.
That's right,
Diana. They
Diana.
can pay the boy.
What about what Ben said? No.
No. Brad's 100% correct.
We love Brad. We love Brad.
No.
We love Brad.
Love that.
We love Brad.
I love
Sorry,
it.
I mean, she just 100% agrees with you. So,
well, she
looks like if you missed what Brad said, go to WisconsinOnDemand.com because we're going to be back in 2 minutes. But maybe right now is a good time because we have a lot of people that want to be a part of football. I can hear it. I can feel it. And Dave & Buster's is where we're going to be for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football League. So if you want to be a part of that, on August 1st, next Thursday, you have to be live in person. We're drafting in person for our ESPN Wisconsin Football Leagues. You can draft with us. Your favorite ESPN personalities. Maybe you love Kyle, maybe you hate him. Still get to meet him. Maybe you love Brad or love Brad because that's the only option. Maybe you hate me or hate me. That's the only option. You can come to Dave & Buster's and be a part of it. Caller 5 will be drafting like a champ with us. 800-990-3776. 3776, August 1st, 800-990-3776 at Dave & Buster's. And if you have other fantasy football leagues that you are in, Dave & Buster's has winning opportunities for everyone. Book your fantasy draft and get 20% off food and non-alcoholic beverages, even free appetizers all season long. So dnbparty.com for draft booking details. Caller 5 to draft with us next Thursday, 800-990-3776.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The IMSA Sports Car Weekend is coming up August 1st through the 4th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. It's day 3 of Packers training camp and day 3 of Jordan Love's hold-in while he awaits his new contract. Make sure to keep it locked here as there will be plenty more discussion surrounding the Packers QB right here on 100.5 ESPN. In baseball, some unfortunate news for Christian Yelich as his back flared up again last night in Chicago. He told reporters yesterday he'd be seeing a spine specialist in Milwaukee tomorrow to discuss next steps. That includes the possibility of season-ending back surgery. Here's to hoping it doesn't come to that. The Crew still has business to take care of on the field today, though, as they're in the midst of their final game against the Cubs this season. They are knotted up 2-2 in the top of the 6th. Bryce Terang just tied up the game with an RBI single. Bases loaded. One out for the Crew right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Brust and Nordman, KBN. Sponsored by Busch Light on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've been reacting with you all show long at 800-990-3776. If you want to have your voice heard, that's where you can get into the show. My name's Ben Brust alongside Packer backer Kyle Wallace, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman, Chris Larson, working the phones. Give him a round of applause. Working hard back there.
He is.
Strofe never would have been able to work this hard. No shot.
He's been too busy talking.
Especially after Mr. Irrelevant.
Off of Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah, there's no way he would have produced the show as well as Chris. Now, here's where I want to go next. It all stems going to the conversation around Jordan Love. But I do want to hear, Chris, you have Goody on why they did not give Jordan Love the 5th-year option.
When did you know Jordan was the guy? Because you come into the season right.
Oh. Little quick finger work. Just give me a thumbs up. There we go.
Again, I got to get through that. There's, it's a lot of money for a guy who hasn't, played, but at the same time, obviously, we're moving forward with him, so we'll figure that out by Tuesday.
So a lot of money for a guy who hasn't played. Now let me just preface this. I understand Goody's concern, right? There is a concern about giving a quarterback like Jordan Love a 5th-year option blind. But it is also the job of the general manager, the same general manager that traded up in the draft for his guy, to know what he has. And if he truly believed in Jordan Love, he could have put the 5th-year option on him. Now, what can you do when the 5th-year option's on? You don't have to wait to extend him. As soon as Jordan Love signed that prove it deal, that $11 million guaranteed with all the incentive-based performance things that are now put on his current deal. As soon as that happened, you had to wait till May 3rd. Guess what happens when May 3rd comes around? There's more data points. There's more conversation. There's more info. There's more extensions that are about to happen. And maybe they started negotiations. Maybe they're getting close to negotiations. But then Jared Goff strikes at $52.5 million. Love's thinking, all right, well, I think I should be making close to him. I'm younger. You believe in me. The last 10 games of the season, nobody was better than me. And then Trevor Lawrence signs for $55 million. So they may have been close at certain points, but it got pushed further and further along. You pick up the fifth-year option as a general manager based off what you should project to know, right? Like it's I know it's a hard job, but that's what they're doing when they're drafting these players. That's what they're doing with these contracts. They're even signing people to contracts off of potential. So he gambled by giving Love a prove-it deal, and it's back in his face. So the Packers, in my opinion, that's where the blame comes back to, and that's why I will not be mad at Jordan Love for holding in while they're trying to figure out how much money to pay him, because they could have had him for less money if they gave him a fifth-year option and extended him, because I guarantee, as he's on an 8 to 10 game stretch and he's eligible for extension, we'll give you $50 million a year. They could have him locked in for $50 million right now. Now we're looking upwards of 57-ish. That's where the Packers are right now, and it is Goody's fault.
I totally agree with you, Ben. I mean, one of two things has to be true. Either Goody knew how good Jordan Love was and totally botched the contract situation, right? Gave him a prove-it deal, but knew he was really good, but that gave him opportunity to lose leverage. Or, number two, which is probably more concerning, he didn't know if he was good or not. And that's Goody's job. Like, Goody drafted him in the first round. He was in the building for 3 years and then a fourth in which he actually went out there and played. And Goody didn't know if he was good or not. So you had to kind of throw up this deal of, well, I don't know. I don't know if he's good or not. And then he did give the prove-it deal, was proven that Jordan Love was really good, and now then therefore lost all the leverage. So to me, either Goody didn't know if he was good or not, or he knew he was good and totally botched the contract situation from the get-go.
800-990-3776. Tell me why I'm wrong or why Brad's wrong, because we believe that Goody is the reason why they are in this situation, why Jordan Love is holding in, and why you should not hold it against him.
You guys are foolish. You two are acting real foolish right now playing Monday morning quarterback. It must be nice to be able to have a full season of Jordan Love and all the facts and knowing what happened and what played out.
It's our job to play Monday morning quarterback. It's Goody's job to evaluate talent and get ahead of it.
Because I sat here with you all almost a year ago who questioned Jordan Love. I remember this is before KBN was a show, but I remember Jason Wilde joined Craig Karmazin on Sunday Karma, and I remember last year we were talking about how in the family night game, Jordan Love accuracy was questioned because he couldn't get the ball into the little net far that Aaron Rodgers always get into the net.
Don't you remember my conspiracy theory for the last year's family night without Aaron Rodgers? I was like, they're not going to put the net out there. They're not going to do the Aaron Rodgers net game.
They did do the net game, though.
They didn't do it this year.
Oh, I thought they did it last year.
No. They wanted to hide him.
So all I know is
didn't put it out.
And so,
oh wow.
All I know is this: is that we questioned Jordan Love. We didn't in practice, Brad. You talked about he should know. Some guys are gamers. Sometimes once you throw people into the fire, they truly rise to the occasion. That is what Jordan Love has been. Even last year in the offseason and practice, we were still unsure what Jordan Love was going to be. During the season, we were still unsure about what Jordan Love was going to be.
He picked up Darnell Savage fifth-year option.
It's different. After 8 games.
Just saying. Another first-round pick.
After 8 games, what we realized is that Jordan Love was meh, right? He showed signs of being a good quarterback, and the Packers would have lowballed him. And something that we have learned from this offseason is what? Is that his agent was not going to let his quarterback take anything that he did not feel like he was worth. The Packers were not going to offer Jordan Love $50 million week 12. It just wasn't going to happen. The Packers were going to lowball him, and the agent was going to do the exact same thing. We can't sit here and try to rewrite what happened in the past. Understand that Jordan Love from day one, once Jordan Love started popping, his agent had one goal in mind. Make my guy, who I believe in, as highly paid as possible. So no, had the Packers given him his fifth-year option, would the deal be done? I can't guarantee it like you did, Ben. Only thing I can guarantee is that his agent is money hungry, and he is trying to get Jordan Love paid. That's exactly what it is. But I'm not going to sit here and play.
So
Monday
it's selfish
morning
of Jordan Love, but now you're blaming the agent. You know,
Jordan Love is selfish. He made a decision. That's a selfish decision. Now, him as a person, no. Him in this decision right here, it is a selfish decision. That's why he's sitting there holding in and walking around practice, because obviously he wants to be a part of it, but he can't. He listened to his agent. He listened to the advice that his agent gave him and said, Jordan, we're not going to let you go out there and practice. That is it. And he listened to that. Jordan Love is his own man. He could have made a decision to sit there and practice and be limited, but instead he said, nope, I'm going to hold in. And I have quotations for those who are on ESPN Milwaukee, because this is a holdout. Ain't no dang hold in.
The Packers signed Aaron Rodgers after 8 games in his career because he was eligible. Could you imagine what that price tag would have been if they would have waited the entire season and Aaron Rodgers' greatness would be continued to unfold?
Are you trying to tell me that Jordan Love looked like Aaron Rodgers did his first season?
I'm saying that
you said he was eligible.
You said the Packers wouldn't sign Jordan Love mid-season.
No,
they
weren't,
did that to
They
Aaron
weren't going
Rodgers.
to give him the money that he deserved. They were not going to give him the money that he
But
deserved.
maybe Jordan Love would have taken it at the time.
Based off his
That's the
agent,
thing.
what about this agent makes you think he's going to take anything slower than what he believes he's worth? He is playing hardball with us right now. Hardball. The Packers have met their match. They have. Usually it's the Packers finessing people and getting the best of people. The Packers have met their match with his agency.
Let's say it's after
Goody
Thanksgiving.
caved to Rodgers.
He caved to Rodgers because he had no choice at that point.
He met his match.
But that was completely.
As Brad said in the YouTube chat, this is the best thing. I want you. Do you know what I want you to say?
Oh, I said some really good things in the YouTube chat.
Quarterbacks, if they're a franchise quarterback, they're irreplaceable. And
True
if you're irreplaceable,
franchise quarterbacks are
that means you're always going to meet your match as a
Says
as
the
a
team
franchise.
that just got rid of Aaron Rodgers. But okay.
I literally said in the chat too, which had a little bit of pushback, if Jordan Love was off the Packers, we think the Packers are scratching at the Super Bowl, probably even NFC Championship game. If Love's off this team, they're under 500.
Oh, Ryan Tannehill, I thought. I heard Brad out. I didn't like it.
I wasn't saying to be the guy. I was just saying
apply some pressure.
For help right now. Help. Someone needs to help. But if Jordan Love isn't on the team, they're under 500.
No, I agree that this team would struggle without Jordan Love with the current quarterbacks that they do have on the roster. They do. But again,
thank you, Kyle.
I just don't understand how we're going to ignore the fact that Jordan Love isn't part of this problem. Y'all sitting here trying to act like this isn't a selfish act. This is exactly what a selfish act is. If I sat there as Marquise when he called in, he said if Kyle held in and didn't say anything with the mic, you two would be furious. You wouldn't be saying, oh, Kyle showed up. You'd be like, well, he's here, but he's not contributing. Jordan Love is not contributing on the field.
I'd say, what the hell are you holding in for? You ain't going to make more money.
That's very true. Very true. My situation is not the same as Jordan Love. But as you alluded to as well, Brad, the Packers have until next week, right? Players are going to get frustrated because ain't nobody going to sit here and watch Sean Clifford throw errant passes in different places. How am I going to get better as a receiver if the quarterback ain't passing me the ball right? How are we going to get better as an offensive line when Jordan Morgan isn't getting the right check, so he's not learning what he needs to do when he sees that front shifter move? The Packers are struggling right now because they are not getting the necessary practice with the guy that they need leading the offense. And I'm telling y'all, next week will be a problem.
800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN is the talk and text line. You can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. We'll go to the phone lines. Tim in Rockford, you're up. 800-990-3776.
So without knowing the number, say they're stuck on $60 million, what team in the NFL is going to be better to pay Jordan Love $60 million, get the O-line protection, the coaching, the fan base? I think he's overvaluing it.
You think Jordan's overvaluing his worth?
In comparison to where else he would go? Where else is he going to go and be worth $60 million? If that's the number.
Anyone that doesn't have a quarterback.
And not stink it up.
Yeah, I mean,
you're going to go to New England? You're going to go to Vegas?
Oh, bad teams have money.
How about Pittsburgh Steelers?
Timing is everything. I think that's actually a good drop in by Tim there. Something I hadn't really thought of. Right, timing is everything, as we've learned from this in terms of Goff. But like Jared Goff, people would say that Jordan Love is better. Would you say Jordan Love's better than Goff?
I would say Jordan Love is better than Goff. I would pick Jordan Love over Goff.
It's all situational, right? Like he's not here's what I would say, right? If he goes to Las Vegas and and where he's at in his career and he's throwing Devontae Adams, maybe he would be exposed. I don't know. But you can't play that game because what you do know is what he did last year with the youngest team in the NFL, right? This is history we're talking about. We're not talking about a guy who hasn't nothing on his resume trying to make $60 million. I don't know if we get to $60 million or not. My point is, if you start 2-5 and turn the team around with first and second year wide receivers, don't you think? I guess my question to Tim and Rockford would be, what was the reason why the Packers won as many games last year? Was it the defense? Was it Anders Carlson? I mean, Aaron Jones wasn't out there the entire time. And when Aaron Jones wasn't out there in Thanksgiving, Jordan Love balled out. If it's that easy to get a franchise quarterback, then I'm with you. Fine. Send him to another team. Say you don't want him. But I have a feeling you wouldn't like the way it looks on the other side.
Well, and also say this. The big concern with giving quarterback big money is, well, where's the rest of the team going to be able to pay for good players around him? Jordan Love proved that he can thrive in a system where it's all first and second year guys. There's no marquee big playmaker. The guy that you were spending most money on in the offseason or during the season was David Bakhtiari. Dude played one game. Jordan Love proved that he can thrive in an offense with relatively cheap offensive linemen and very cheap skill positions.
They're still the cheapest wide receiving core in the NFL.
Yeah, and one thing that we also have to remember is that Jordan Love has been in a fantastic offense with Matt LaFleur every single season. He's a smart, intelligent dude, right? You don't go in the first round if you're not an intelligent guy unless you're super, 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 super talented. Jordan Love is an intelligent young man that had an opportunity to learn the offense, sit behind Aaron Rodgers. All of that is so valuable experience that he has that set him up perfectly, right? And so could he go somewhere else to replicate this? I don't know. I don't think he can go somewhere right away and replicate this because Jordan Love is in such a perfect situation that he came into where he got to watch from one of the best. He got to be coached from one of the best offensive minds and got to be in the best offensive system that the NFL has seen in the last decade. Everything was perfect, and he executed the plan to a T.
We are all lucky today because not only do we get one here bred out that we heard at 2:15. If you missed that, go to Wisconsin On Demand or find us on YouTube at ESPN Madison or at ESPN Milwaukee. We get two here bred outs. That's next. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the dread-headed brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit MetroKiaofMadison.com.
Searching for the perfect brunch spot this weekend? Look no further than the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. Every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., indulge in the Great Dane's sweet and savory brunch menu paired with mimosas, Bloody Marys, or one of their signature beers on tap. Enjoy at any of their 4 Madison area pubs, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Learn more and view the full menu at GreatDanePub.com/brunch. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
Less than a week before training camp, Jair's jumping out of an airplane. This dude's nuts. I love him.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, presented by Door County Distillery.
If I'm Matt LaFleur, I don't love this, but I'm Alex Strofe, and I love this.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, presented by Door County Distillery. Live on ESPN Madison's YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and available wherever you get your podcasts.
This update is sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Fans, here's your Quick Trip to the Ballpark ticket offer. Spend $200 at participating Quick Trip locations and get a free Terrace Reserve ticket to a 2024 Brewers home game. Check brewers.com/quicktrip for more details. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Grab a Coke and grab some cash with the Coca-Cola Summer Cash Grab, only from Quick Trip. Play daily in your Quick Rewards app for a chance to win up to $250,000. Earn extra chances to enter by purchasing any qualified Coke, Monster Energy, Powerade, Body Armor, Smart Water, or Core Power Elite products with Quick Rewards. Summer just got a whole lot cooler with Quick Trip and Coca-Cola. No purchase necessary. See QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes for details.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is underway, and they want you to pack out Breeze Stevens Field. Need a night out with the whole family? Try the Forward Madison Family Special presented by MG&E. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf, all for just $25 per person. Visit forwardmadisonfc.com to purchase your tickets today. That's forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
414 Badger chimes in that Brad Nortman's itching for one more chance at a fake punt.
I still got one more in me, Coach. Put me in.
Just no eligibility.
How far could you punt it?
No, fake punt.
A fake punt, but you can't run. But how far could you put it?
What do you mean I can't run? I'm 2 for 2 with an average of 14 yards in college football. That's more than any great Wisconsin Badger running back.
Bro, you would get rocked like Sean Taylor rocked Brad Mormon. I think that was his name.
Brian Mormon. Get
Mormon.
it right.
Oh, I'm sorry. He got rocked.
Yeah, Brian Mormon was like 5'10", 180. I'm a
Brad, you've told stories about how you tackled guys after you punted.
Yeah.
Wasn't exactly football-y.
Have I told that story on there? Yeah. A guy was. So I think I still can't believe that.
Yes, tell the story. I don't care if you told the story or not on air. I want everyone to hear.
I have 2.5 tackles to my name in the NFL. Now Strofe fact checked me, but
that's not true.
You don't have 2.5.
No, I do have 2.5 tackles.
Not according to Pro Football Reference.
No, then they're wrong because twice I got received credit for being the guy that pushed somebody out of bounds. One of them was Tyreek Hill. I have a tackle against Tyreek Hill.
No, you didn't touch him.
No, I did.
You ain't tackled Tyreek. You didn't even two-hand touch him.
That's a tackle in the NFL.
You breathed on him.
And then the other time was I played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I booted a punt, booted it, and I was pissed.
Cool.
I was pissed when our coverage team didn't really cover it great.
Cool.
So I got my nose up in that tackle. He was kind of already going down, and I just torpedoed into him. Bam! And all the emotion started coming out, and I said a vulgarity, and I said, that's right, female dog. And I ran to the sidelines. I ran to the sidelines. I went back.
How fast you run to the sidelines?
And pretty quick. And JJ,
is he chasing me? Is he chasing me?
And JJ Longsnapper, who's pretty square like me, he was like, "Did you just say, that's right, female dog?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You should probably just stay quiet the rest of the game."
That's some real Anchorman stuff.
Yeah.
Brick killed a guy. You might want to lay low a little bit.
Oh, that's so funny, Brad.
We'll hear from Brad out in a real way. Not that wasn't real. Because you know what?
Yeah,
that might not be real. Pro
be.
Football Reference may not have that tackle on the stat sheet, but we'll hear from Brad out right now.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
All right, guys, hear Brad out, version 2. If you missed version 1, it happened earlier in the show. Check it out. I made the argument Packers should sign Ryan Tannehill. But now to the important the important argument that I need to make on behalf of the NFL. You know, my Jacksonville Jaguars, they came up with their throwback uniforms for the year, and they look oh so clean. They look so good. They're like the 90s Jaguars uniforms. And the Packers do this too. They have their throwback uniforms. They're just okay. But why stop at the players? I want coaches' throwback uniforms. That's right, not just uniforms. I want coaches to wear throwbacks of the coach that was most iconic of their organization. So I'm talking about like Buffalo Sean McDermott. I want him to dress up like Marv Levy. Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy. He gets to choose between the 90s Jimmy Johnson or Tom Landry with the suit and the hat. Could you imagine Mike McCarthy dressing up like the 90s Jimmy Johnson? How about Matt Eberflus with the Mike Ditka Bears vest, mustache, and sunglasses? I mean, you make the players dress up like all the old guys. Might as well keep it going with the coaches. How about this one? Mike McDaniel for the Miami Dolphins. He's looking like Don Shula in that windbreaker old Miami
I like those
jacket.
windbreakers that like looks like a starter jacket.
It's so good. Antonio Pierce for the Raiders. Of course he's going to be John Madden with the white shirt, button down, short sleeve, and the tie. He'd look great like John Madden. And who could else forget?
Yeah, I was going to say, I have a picture pulled up right now.
Matt LaFleur as Vince Lombardi. He's got the trench coat. He's got the hat. I would even say pregame speech. Throw a little Vince Lombardi in there, Matt. I just think that would be so fun.
What the hell is going on out here?
Exactly.
That's what he says every day in practice when Sean
right now, yeah.
Reception.
Why stop at the players for throwbacks? Let's have the coaches dress up in the throwback, iconic head coach imagery attire that each franchise has dressed in before. Now, that would be must-watch TV to see Matt LaFleur dressed up as Vince Lombardi.
Kyle, you look unimpressed.
What is it, Halloween? what are we doing? We got a football game to win, man.
Well, wait a minute. The players do this.
And they do it, but they look good. Jack Del Rio did do this one time to honor somebody. He dressed up. I think it might have been his dad or something. Dressed up in a suit. But no, this is stupid. It is stupid. Like, yeah,
I like it, Brad.
Yes, Ben.
I like it.
Yeah, get AI. AI can do it for you so you can see what it looks like.
What if they did it Halloween weekend? Would that make it better?
No, don't dress up as old coaches, man. It's like nobody. Mike McCarthy is not trying to wear a suit and a fedora. Mike is too husky to be that hot. So absolutely not.
That'd be so good, though.
This is not the thing. This is not what's up. I don't know. Where did you come up with this?
Jamie loves it. We'll get the ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line up. I'm sure they're loving it. What do you think of Hear Brad Out today? 800-990-3776.
I would love to hear KBN Nation's responses. Just think about, look, we salivate over like the throwback Jays uniforms, the throwback
Can
Dolphins.
Matt LaFleur look like Mike McCarthy?
Put on like, I won't say, it's too mean. Too mean.
Put on a whole bunch of pounds. Yeah.
Throw like a pillow.
We saw Matt in person. He was handsome and fit.
Trimmed up. He is cleaned up.
Yeah,
that's why he'd be a great Vince Lombardi. A great Vince Lombardi.
He glowed up. I seen what he looked like when he first got into the league.
I'm just saying, like, football is steeped in tradition and pastime, and we see all these iconic coaches. Like, why stop at the players? You would tune in to see that. Imagine the ESPN
I wouldn't tune in
Monday
to watch
night.
them pan to the coach every 5-10
That
minutes.
would be so fun. And then
Dude,
you see
the
them
NFL
yelling.
is all about entertainment. What do we watch the draft for?
Do you know how
It would be
the
so
outfits.
entertaining, Ben?
Do you
It'd
know
be so
how
entertaining.
annoyed these coaches would be? The ones that had to dress up in a suit,
would be
in my
amazing.
Mike McDaniels who wears sweatpants on the sideline and smokes vapes, having to put on what
Some
Don
cigarettes
Shula-
on the
Don
sideline?
Shula used to wear. Come on now, man. Would it be interesting to see? Sure, but let's not wait.
Matt shows up in a suit to the stadium. I've never understood why head coaches went away from suits and ties. Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, the suit. It's very sharp. It's very sharp. I still think Eberflus in a Ditka outfit would be outstanding.
Yeah, I don't even want the Bears to even channel any winning
That's
energy.
true. That's fair. That's a fair rebuttal.
That's all they got is 85. They've actually been doing everything they can to relive 85.
Yeah, they live in that past. They live in that past for sure.
Well,
I stand by it.
Who would dress up like Gina Della from Pella, you or me?
I'm going to let you take that one, Ben.
I'm not going to take it. No one can outdo Gina Della from
Yeah,
Pella.
no one could pull her off. That's the thing. Like, someone would try, nobody could pull it off. And I'll tell you what, no one can pull off what Pella Windows and Doors
This
can
is
do for
Kyle
your
Brust and Nortman.
Trigger.
Nobody can pull off what Pella Windows and Doors can do for your house. I mean, it'll transform it. Doesn't matter what style. Like we're talking about head coaches going back in time. Your home could go back in time in style, and Pella could match that style no problem.
Doesn't Gina want some dad jokes?
She does want some dad jokes. You got one for me, Ben?
I gave my handyman a to-do list, but he only did 1, 3, and 5.
I don't get it.
Turns out he only does odd jobs.
Oh!
Kyle?
That was bad. But I get it.
It's a dad joke. They're meant to be bad.
I went to the aquarium this week. I'm reading these off the internet. I went to the aquarium this weekend, but I didn't stay long.
Why is that?
There's something fishy about that place.
Oh, it stinks.
But there's nothing fishy about the deal from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The deal that they're giving out right now, so good. It's 0% interest for up to 48 months, and that equates to $18 per month per window, as low as $81 per month per patio door. How can Pella Windows do it? In this economy, I still don't understand, but they want to pass those savings on to you so you can get your premium Pella Windows and Doors today for that incredible deal. But you got to act now. It ends the end of this month in January, so visit PellaWI.com today.
We continue to hear from KBN Nation about how they're feeling about Matt LaFleur. I mean, he's actually done nothing wrong. He's probably I wonder how he feels, actually. I mean,
miserable. Absolutely miserable.
Miserable.
That's why when he looked at you like, bro, like, I don't have time for this right now.
Matt LaFleur feels miserable watching Sean Clifford, Michael Pratt, and Jacob Eason throw the football. We explain why next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
Women ask you, do you love me? Why do you love me?
Wait, why am I always the one doing that? Tell me why you love me, baby. I need you to make me feel better.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss for Road America. The best place in Elkhart Lake is America's National Park of Speed. Make the most out of your summer at Road America. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Up next is the Grid Life Summer Apex Music and Motorsports Festival, July 26th through the 28th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com.
On Thursday, July 25th, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, and there's something for everyone, like our hot ticket drawings with 24 separate $2,500 cash prizes and one $25,000 grand prize. That's $85,000 in cash prizes. Plus, there's free $25 rewards play for all guests, free t-shirts and cupcakes while supplies last, and don't miss our spectacular drone show with over 300 drones lighting up the night sky. Come celebrate at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
The annual Dream Big Gala is here, the celebration benefiting big brothers, big sisters of Dane County. Celebrate the power of mentoring at this year's gala on Friday, July 26th at Madison Marriott West. Take a journey through Wonderland as we celebrate mentorship in our community. Join us for a cocktail reception, raffles, whimsical dinner program, and live and silent auctions. Get your tickets now for the 2024 Dream Big Gala at bbbsmadison.org and celebrate mentoring in our community with big brothers, big sisters of Dane County.
Ben Bruss, Packer backer Kyle Wallace, who called Jordan Love selfish. Brad Nortman, Super Bowl 50 runner-up, and Chris Larson running the show. On Twitter at KBN ESPN, Twitter X, as it stands today, who is winning the court of public opinion when it comes to Jordan Love's contract extension? Early in the voting, just got out there, very early. 77% Jordan Love, 23% Green Bay Packers. And that's shocking to me because I feel like the ratio that we've heard today is probably 60% Green Bay Packers are winning the court of public opinion versus Jordan Love, because there's been a lot of animosity about him not being out there, about him being replaceable is a word that we've heard. Seeing Sean Clifford and Michael Pratt throw interceptions to the first team defense. It's just, we'll see what the poll ends up shifting to as it's getting closer to Green Bay Packers, but I'm genuinely curious. Brad Nortman, who's winning?
To me today, and that's an important distinction, today, it's Jordan Love. Jordan Love is winning the court of public opinion because he still is quarterback one. I think this fan base has a rightful appreciation for who's at quarterback and how much that means to the team, starting with Favre, Rodgers, now Love. I think this fan base knows how important a great franchise quarterback is, and if you have one, should thank your lucky stars, because you are one of the few that do, that you can be a contender every year. I just think they want this done, and they want the Packers to just pay him what he's worth. And he's saying all the right things, he's doing all the right things, and he's present at his hold-in, and he is still maintaining a solid level of professionalism. Now, I say that, though, with a little bit of concern, because I would have bet on Monday it's like 95% Jordan Love winning public opinion to 5% the Packers. I bet you that 75% number is right now.
I say we pull this every day until a deal is done.
I completely agree, because I see a trend. I'm surprised that for the first hour and a half of the show, how many people are pushing back against Jordan Love. It's making me think about my stance on it. I'm still firm in it, but it's making me realize, man, there's a lot of people that
I'm thinking about it, but I'm still firm.
Yeah, still firm, that are Team Green Bay Packers on this one. It's surprising me. With every passing day, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets closer to 50.
Yeah, people are going to get impatient. I mean, we really are going to get impatient, and I am people, right? But you guys are just so fooled, right? You're so fooled by this public perception because Jordan Love obviously is winning this. You talked about Jordan Love doing all the right things. That's exactly what they want you to feel. They want you to feel, despite the fact that he is actively not participating, despite the fact he is a healthy scratch by choice, he wants you to believe that he still is doing the right things. I have never heard of the term hold in until Monday.
TJ Watt held in.
Well,
Jason, you weren't here when we were talking with Jason Wilde. You were at the shareholder meeting, and Jason has said with the new CBA, it is now you get fined if you're not there. So you're seeing
and they
more
can't
players
excuse the fine.
Yeah, and so you're seeing more players be present but not actually. I mean, it's just a different way of saying hold out, Kyle. It's just holding. You're there.
Well, okay, we're holding. He's holding out, right? I just want us to understand this is new charted territory for Green Bay Packers fans. He's winning the battle of public perception because no one is furious about this, right? We're not seeing on national TV. We're not even here locally on ESPN Wisconsin bashing Jordan Love for not being there for his team. At the end of
you started the show by saying he's selfish. You bashed him.
Only me. I stand alone.
You don't.
At the end of the day, Jordan Love's actions are selfish and they're self-serving in a sense of it's all about him in this moment. But for some reason, nobody is really addressing it but me, Kyle Wallace. And I just feel like Jordan Love is winning the public perception battle. I should be more mad about this. If this was Aaron Rodgers who was sitting out right now.
That's a great line.
I'm for real. If this was Aaron Rodgers, everybody would eviscerate Aaron Rodgers. They would talk about, oh, he's this, oh, he's that. But because it is Jordan Love, everybody's like, we'll see. He's holding it. He's there. He's winning the public perception battle.
Yeah, I think it's the Green Bay Packers. I really do. Because at the end of the day, each day that goes by, the G that's inside Kyle will be there. And the more that Jordan Love turns against the G, people stand by the green and gold. That's why you have these comments that are, he's replaceable. If he doesn't play, he may not have his next chance at this, at this, at this, at this. Derwin chimes in. You're not a franchise quarterback after 10 games. Now, that's an interesting debate in itself. Alan in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776. What's up, Alan?
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
You know.
I'm good.
I don't understand Jordan's hold-in for one reason, and that's because he's not prepared to go the distance with it because he's not going to sit out actual games. He can't afford to sit out actual games. Because if he missed an entire season, I mean, I'm talking Jordan financially in his pocket. He can't afford to miss actual games.
I think he
got to wait to get ready for it.
He did make money last year, but like I understand what you're saying. But can this is two-sided now? Can the Packers afford to not have Jordan Love on the field?
But see, I think kind of the thing is that I don't know if Jordan feels like maybe he feels like pushed into doing what he's doing because I don't know if Jordan really feels like he's worth the money that he's asking for. Because to a man, I think he has to know that he hasn't done anything to become, let's say, potentially the highest paid. To become the highest paid player in the league, to a man, he knows he hasn't done anything worth becoming that.
Yeah, but
I don't care if he thinks he's a good player.
And I hate to cut you off real quick because I want to get to here. This also has something to do with the cap going up, right? So I know we're talking about highest paid. In 5 years, if he signs this deal, he may be top 10, top 15. We're already talking about when Dak signs, how he'll be more than Jordan Love, and then the next one, the next one, the next one.
But that's then, though. We're talking about now.
What does it matter?
Just like when, Lawrence signed his deal, the very same people who were reporting, Lawrence signing his deal, the very next things out of their mouth was, who do the Jaguars have to start getting rid of? And if that's the case, if Jordan is going to get this money, we're not spending the next 5 years building a team. We're spending the next 5 years figuring out who we can't bring back. And that he's not that good yet. Because if he takes this money, he's got to be great. He can't be good. Good isn't good enough. He's got to be great.
And thank you for the call, Alan.
But wasn't there no better quarterback the last 10 games of the year than Jordan Love? Like, tell me a quarterback that did better than Jordan Love the second half of the season. And look, I know that you can't just completely forget the first half, but that second half was nothing short of incredible. And he needs to keep doing that. Maybe not quite at that level, but he needs to keep doing that when he signs his contract. But I think Jordan Love does think he's that good. He's probably feeling himself. He's a competitor. He went out there and balled out. You don't think he is? You think he's got a lack of confidence?
You don't think those last 10 games are his mind? And those darts that he threw, those 20 touchdowns, the one interception.
I'm going to tell you this right now, fellas.
For sure,
Jordan Love does not believe that he is the best quarterback in the NFL to be the highest paid quarterback.
Oh, come on, Kyle.
Now,
Stop.
So I understand this is that he probably had to be convinced and explained to why he should be the highest paid. But Jordan Love does not believe. I guarantee you, if it was Jordan Love's choice, and somebody told us this before, if you don't have an agent, your teams are better off when guys don't have agents. If Jordan Love got $55 million put in front of him and he did not have an agent, he'd say, paid Joe Burrow money, Trevor Lawrence money. Yeah, I'll take it, right? Jordan Love doesn't believe he should be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. He's being told he should be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. He still probably has a little bit of, not doubt, but he still understands that there's still something that he needs to prove. Jordan Love is not going to walk out there without a chip on his shoulder this year. He understands there's so much more to prove.
I don't think you're appreciating what Jordan Love knows. And he knows the quarterback market. He knows what's valued. And he has the rare combination of youth, of talent, of showing he can do it, of being a leader that any team would pay, and more importantly, timing, that any team would pay a bunch for. Now, we can all agree he's not the best quarterback in the league. We can all agree on that. Old KBN Nation knows that. But that's just not how the dynamics of the quarterback market work. Yeah. Every quarterback is saying, Jordan Love, be the next highest paid. And then every quarterback's going to say, Tua, be the next highest paid.
I guess I just don't understand why Trevor Lawrence money isn't good enough. I don't get
because
it.
The Packers will pay more. That's why.
That's how the market works.
He wants the Packers to pay more.
They will.
The thing is, the Packers probably could have offered, and they probably have offered what Trevor Lawrence has gotten. At this point, they have offered that, and he said no.
I'm sure they have.
And he said no, and that's why I said we need to shift some more of this blame on Jordan Love than we have right now in the Green Bay Packers.
Everyone's saying Jordan is selfish. If they were in the same position, they'd be doing the same damn thing, and that's Nick in the 608. About 15 minutes into the poll, a lot has changed in terms of votes, but not much has changed in the results. As it stands today, who's winning the court of public opinion when it comes to Jordan Love and the extension? Jordan 73, Packers 27.
It sounds like the 23% it's the minority, but it's a very emotional minority. When I read the comments,
it's Kyle.
They're
Jordan
like
Love is
angry.
winning.
They're
Jordan
like,
Love is winning
this
the public
isn't
perception.
Right.
You can't call him selfish and then say he's winning the court of public opinion.
I can have an opinion based off his actions of him being selfish, but based off the fact that the outrage, the level of outrage and how calm we are. Do we not understand right now? We were expecting for a team to come together to prepare not just for the regular season. We're trying to prepare for a championship. And when we're trying to prepare for a championship, you need everybody to be there. And Jordan Love is the most important piece, and he is not there. How could this not make you outraged? And I said it on Monday. I'll say it again. Jordan Love has not done enough on the football field yet, because he has not had the time as a starter, to prove to me that he can have veteran rest and he doesn't need to practice. Period. Jordan Love still has a lot of room to grow, and this is valuable time that he could be growing with this young football team on offense.
800-990-3776, Matt and Racine. Does no one understand there's little correlation between highest paid and best? Mahomes is the best, full stop. It's just Love's time. That's it. Rick and Eagle. Is this spread Eagle? I don't know. We'll find out. Rick, welcome into Kyle Brust and Dortmund.
Yes, that sounds right. No. I got a question. Maybe, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's make Eagle, Wisconsin out and cut them in. But maybe Tony can answer this. Can they structure his contract in like an incentive base? You make, half the year in a positive, basis. We give you what you want, and if you don't, you're stuck where you're at.
No player wants that contract. No player wants a contract, because what if he goes out there and gets injured? What if the people around him stink? I mean, you have,
and he just did it.
And you exactly right. There are incentives in contracts. Like if you make a Pro Bowl, if you make an All-Pro, if you go to the Super Bowl, but those are like sprinkles on top of the ice cream, not the scoop. Like you can only do those things to kind of like throw a
good analogy.
A mill there, but it's not the main flavor you're tasting. It's only to make it a little bit more visually appealing. So nobody wants anything that's variable or not guaranteed. You want guaranteed and you want certainty. And that's what Jordan Love's going to ask for, and that's what he's going to get.
I see the calls.
Good question.
We'll get to you on the other side. 800-990-3776. If you're on the line, stay there. You're next. Kyle Brust and Dortmund across ESPN Wisconsin. But first, Chris, we'll keep them on the line. Let's go with caller 4. If you want to be a part of Dave & Buster's in the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft, that's next Thursday. We're all getting ready. Get your research ready. We're drafting early because there are specials. If you have other fantasy football leagues, draft at Dave & Buster's. 20% off of just about everything you can ask for. Non-alcoholic drinks, food, free appetizers. Book it at D&B. Dave & Buster's. Check it out. And caller number 4. You will draft with us August 1st. Be present. Dave & Buster's, Tosa, 800-990-3776. Plus, we get to your calls on the other side. Kyle Brust and Dortmund.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN,
Caleb Williams sucks.
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts.
With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. The competition will be fierce for this Big Ten football season with new teams entering the conference. Badger safety Hunter Wohler caught up with ESPN Madison at Big Ten Media Days in Indianapolis and said he's looking forward to the challenge.
Being able to play teams like that have been historically that good and typically at the top every single year, you always look forward to that. That's what playing college football is all about. You love the competition and you want to play against the best, and it's a great chance to prove yourself and for the team to prove themselves on a big stage.
Order today from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and pay as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com.
Busch Light is not only as cold and smooth as the mountain stream, it's also brewed for the farmers and ranchers. Ben Brust here. Join me in saying cheers to those who work in the backbone in the state of Wisconsin. Pick up your limited edition Busch Light corn cans today. For every case of these limited edition cans, Busch Light is donating to Farm Rescue. Pick up Busch Light corn cans today, wherever you get your delicious beer. Offer good through July 31st, 2024, up to $200,000. Eligible package sizes 15 packs, 18 packs, 24 packs, and 30 packs. Case equal 24-pack case equivalent. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Discover a new generation of Audi featuring the all-electric Audi e-tron models. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires July 31st of 2024. Stop in and test drive today. The Summer of Audi sales event is here. Check out our website to see our current qualifying inventory. Start your adventure at Zimbrick Audi of Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
From Fort Atkinson chimes in 800-990-3776. At the end of last season, Packer fans were so high on Jay Love, they were ready to induct him to the Hall of Fame, bragged all offseason how he's a top 5 QB and how they're Super Bowl contenders. But now it's payday, and those same fans say he's only been great for half a season. They need to see more, and so he should honor his contract. Which one is it, Packer fans? For all we know, Goody promised a new deal after 1 year of signing extension. He's already broke the deal of last year, so it's time for GB to pay up. Jay Love is playing everything the same way everyone else would if they were in the same situation.
Disagree, because Tua's out there on the field practicing, but it is what it is. I mean, we literally have somebody else doing not the exact same thing.
So you think less of Jordan Love now?
No, I don't think less of Jordan Love.
You can't call somebody selfish and think more of him.
Because
Or
you're
same.
saying that he's like not doing his job as a QB.
He's not fulfilling your G. Love.
Listen, again, we make decisions in life, and based off this decision in his life, he made a selfish decision. Just because you make one selfish decision in life, it does not make you a selfish individual. This one I disagree with, and it clearly is selfish. There's no beating around the bush about it or if, ands, or buts about it. This is a selfish decision that is focused on the betterment of Jordan Love, not the betterment of the Green Bay Packers.
Jim in Delafield, 800-990-3776. Your thoughts?
How are you fellas doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Pretty good. Hey, so I know this is kind of hindsight and whatnot, but like, let's flip the season last year, because you guys have been talking a lot about how great he's done on the second half of the season, deserving. But let's say he went 10-0, and then he did what he did at the beginning of the season last year. Would we still be having that same conversation?
So you're saying
that he's owed all this money?
So wait. Say that again. So you're saying if he did well in the first part and bad in the second half, if you flipped the two seasons, like good first half?
Because he still gave 10 really good games, but then at the end he did bad. So is he trending? Can you go off of what he's trending at? Because, this could be damaging to a franchise, signing him and him not being what he was in those 10 games.
Yeah, I like the thought process, but the reality is I think you should be more optimistic about the fact that it was his first year as a starter, and he played not like as bad as we want to make it out to be, but the team was 2-5. It's not like they finished under 500 and he just showed glimpses. He went on a stretch that no quarterback in the NFL last year went on. It was as Jason Wilde says, it was an Aaron Rodgers 2014 type run. And that speaks volumes, right? Like nobody in the NFL is doing what Jordan Love did in that 10-game span.
And it should get harder. Defensive coaches get more film on you. They game plan against you. There's a reason why Tommy DeVito can pop for 2 games and then go completely in the tank, because usually
Joe Barry was scoring against
that's
him.
also true. After about 2 to 5 games, defensive coordinators know your tendencies. They know what you're good at. They know how to take away your strengths and expose your weaknesses. And that's why there's a glimpse, there's a flash in the pan, and the person stinks and can't sustain. That's not Jordan Love. The longer it went on, the better he played. So if anything, he should have gotten worse, but instead got better.
We can't rewrite exactly what happened as well. The fact that our quarterback was trending in the right direction, that's a good thing, right? You always want to finish stronger than you started, because that means you improved and you got better. So you just can't flip-flop it like that. It's important that he finished as strongly as he did.
We were live at the American Family Insurance Dream Drive for the opening of training camp, and it was a feel-good thing that I saw Ian Rappaport even quote tweet the Green Bay Packers and say, hey, this is a cool tradition.
It is a cool tradition, and nothing better than having it with American Family Insurance. And listen, life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. That's because when you're protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. From decorating a new nursery to hosting a family reunion in your backyard, American Family Insurance has your back. Visit amfam.com today to get a quote or find an agent in your area. That is amfam.com. And remember, insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Visit amfam.com today.
They also, as Jamie points out, as part of that progression, opened up the playbook. We can't you can't rewrite history. You can't rewrite what happened for Jordan Love. He did what he was supposed to do, and I think we should remind ourselves here. It is a good problem for the Green Bay Packers to potentially try to figure out if he's their he is their franchise quarterback. They're just figuring out details, and hopefully it's closer than we think.
Yeah, they should be smiling as they stroke the check to finally pay him, because you have a franchise quarterback. You have hope.
Smiling.
Yeah, you should be smiling. You should be celebrating.
For all of ESPN Madison, before we leave, I want you to know tomorrow you'll be hearing us live from Road America. We'll be promoting Grid Life, IMSA, all the great things that are going on at Road America. Go to roadamerica.com for all of your ticket needs, corporate events. They have everything and more out at Road America. Coming up next in Madison, Jim, Matt, and Molly. I wonder if all 3 are there. It's been like 8 days. Guess you'll find out in about 2 minutes. We'll be back. Kyle Brust and Ortman on 94.5 ESPN, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, and, of course, on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Don't go anywhere. More of us in 2 minutes.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done. The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.